Hello everyone and welcome to Battle of the Beast Transformation Takedown, episode number 10. I'm Adam and today we've got two more beast fights out for a spot in round 2. Chinese New Year Snake is still there. Still haven't got a name yet. Probably won't have a name for the next few episodes, but I think it's going to stay there. I think it looks kind of cute. So let's introduce the beast that's taking part in this battle and then let's get right into the battle because this one is a mixed bag when it comes to how good it is, because on one hand, it's kind of an interesting combination. On the other hand, it's also a kind of battle where it's like, what do you do? Now, I don't know what I can do, but I have a rough idea. So with that, let's introduce the beasts. Representing Series 16, the Siege of Gwildor, the last beast to participate in this round, we have Solix, the Deadly Swarm, versus her opponent. Representing Series 30, the Shapeshifters, the third beast to take part from that series in this tournament. We have Leptika, the Nocturnal Nightmare. So yeah, we got these two beasts fighting out. Leptika's first battle this is in any tournament, and let's see how well she does. But with that, let's get to the stats so we can learn more about these beasts. Solix the Deadly Swarm. Another beast conjured by Kensa from innocent creatures. This time millions of helpless ants join together to create one gigantic insect beast. Her only weakness is the sound made by the ram's horn Tom won on a previous quest. Age 0, power 217, magic level 97, fright factor 94, size 291. Powers and abilities: Ant Body, Regeneration and Size Enhancement, Natural Armor, Natural Weaponry and Deformation. Minions: Ants. Sound weaknesses: Sound Weakness. Leptika the Nocturnal Nightmare. Leptika does not have a bio when it comes to abilities, or when it comes to stats or a bio. So unfortunately can't do much on that. But for abilities, Leptika has Flight, Natural Weaponry, Enhanced Speed, wind manipulation and hypnosis. Okay, so we've done the stats for Solix the Deadly Swarm and Leptika the Nocturnal Nightmare. And for the arena, we're going to do the Cave Arena that debuted in the previous tournament, one which Solix didn't fight in. So a bit ironic there, but okay. But yeah, I think the Cave Arena will be a good one for this battle. And with that, let's get into the battle. So as the chamber doors open, Leptika immediately bursts out through the exit and makes her way up to the roof, hanging upside down on stalactites. With the night vision that bats normally have, her vision's perfect. And Solix makes her way out of the chamber in her full form already, not being able to see very well, but her senses very enhanced. As she listens around for any sign of Leptika, nothing seems to come around. But then, out of nowhere, she hears a wing flap, and Solix looks up, not seeing anything, but hearing a louder wing flap. Leptika leaves from her perch, angled upright, and is flapping her wings to create a wind or gale to try and sweep Solix away. And it does. Solix gets swept up in the wind, taken all around the arena, where all the ants are torn apart from the main form of Solix, and the ants are flying around the entire arena, getting smashed against walls, losing consciousness and then drowning in the river, hits against trees, stalactites, you name it, they're getting hit by it. Leptika then stops with the gale, so the ants, as her conscious, reforms into two different Solixes, because one's on one side of the river, the other's on the other side. And Leptika goes down to their level and stares into one of their eyes to try and hypnotize them. But Solix doesn't react at all, lifts up a leg and goes to slash at Leptika and bite at her. Leptika takes a flap back and is surprised, thinking, "What? Why can't I hypnotize them?" And Leptika doesn't stay to worry about it. Instead, she flies up to the top of the arena, and using her fist, she smashes it into the roof of the arena, shaking the roof, causing the stalactites on top of the arena to fall down to the ground. Leptika dodges it with almost no issue whatsoever, as Solix is greeted by the stalactites landing on her and the entire cave floor, disintegrating the two forms of Solix. Some ants got impaled by it and crushed, but the rest of them reform up just a little bit smaller than what they were. They meet up on each end of the river and they reach together to try and get every ant across to form the main form of Solix, which reaches over the river to collect any leftover ants. Leptika, confused by this, swoops down towards Solix and flies towards this main form of Solix, with all the claws slashing at the legs and just slashing at the back, causing the ants to fall again from the legs and the body fall into the ground. Most of the ants fall into the river and drown. Leptika then reaches for one of the trees that are grown in this arena, slashes at the tree almost like it's nothing, like it's a piece of paper. She then grabs the tree and drags it to where the Solix was, hoisting it up into the sky with her claws on her hands and her feet, and drops it on them, on the ants which are forming, crushing them, and then using the wind manipulation, she flaps her wings to try and push them into the river. However, the wind was too strong and pushed them right over the river, smashing them into the wall. As Leptika gives up on the wind, she sees that the ants reform up, being half the size of what Solix was at the start. Leptika, frustrated by this, flies up towards Solix, about to just slash at them, just to kill them very slowly, one by one. Solix hears the wing beats of Leptika, and as soon as Leptika is about to attack, Solix opens up the mouth and mandibles and bites down on Leptika, catching her on her arm. Leptika screeches in pain very loudly, causing loss of concentration from Solix. As Solix lets go of Leptika, Leptika quickly flies away, holding her wound up, blocking any blood from coming out with her other claw. She examines it and sees multiple tooth marks over her arm. And in anger, she looks up towards Leptika, looks down to Solix, and just screeches even louder, causing more discomfort among the ants. Leptika then gets the idea. She grabs a stalactite which landed in the river, shakes it dry, but that's not important, and then uses it, slams it against the wall of the arena, and flies around the arena, dragging it against the wall, causing a loud, ear-piercing sound to just come around from the arena, causing Solix to shake, losing more concentration than it already is. And Leptika then grabs the stalactite, throws it at Solix, going right through the ant body, crushing more ants in the process. And Leptika comes up and, using her claw, slashes at them, using the discomfort and time for Solix to regain herself to attack. Solix is gradually being whittled away, but Leptika knows it's not going fast enough. What she then does is that she then flies above Solix, using her claws, drags them along the rocky walls of the arena, causing more ear-piercing scratching to appear, ear-piercing sounds to appear from the wall. Solix screeches in discomfort and makes her way to the centre of the arena, just to get away from the sound. Leptika sees this, dives down, and using as much force as she can, she flies right into Solix, shattering the whole body, causing millions of ants to go flying everywhere. And as that's happening, the ants fall into the river, drowning there and then, causing only a couple thousand ants left, maybe 500,000 ants left out of what was millions, because most of them drowned. What can you do? But hold on, bear with me. Okay, so 500,000 ants left, I believe is what I said. The ant Solix reforms up to be only a fifth of the size of what she was at the start, and Leptika turns around and sees this and realizes that she's in the clear, knowing that there's not much this little ant can do. Leptika goes to fly down, and thinking this will be an easy one, she just flies down and is going to go right through them, breaking them and then making them fall into the river. Solix hears it coming, and using as much strength as left in the ants, she's able to detach from them, launching herself upwards, almost like a jump where she detached some of herself, and she lands directly on Leptika. Leptika feels the weight, falls into the ground, smashing her whole body against the rocky floor, and the ants are crawling all over her, biting down on her. Leptika's screeching in pain, but not letting them get the satisfaction of defeating her. She takes up to the sky. Well, she gets up with her wings, makes her way to the river, and then dives down in it, rolling around in the river. The ants now on top of Leptika are screeching in pain as they're drowning from the water almost instantly, and Leptika comes up soaking wet, dripping with water from her claws, makes her way out of the arena, sees the small pile of ants left, picks up a nearby rock, lifts it up, and smashes it down on those leftover ants that didn't leave the ground. She uses that rock and smashes each ant she sees one by one, laughing maniacally while she's doing it. As she's done with that and she sees no more ants around, she's satisfied with this, throws the rock against a wall, which shatters instantly, and makes her way back to her chamber, cackling maniacally after having so much fun with slaughtering ants. So that Leptika's won, Solix has lost. If you think Solix should won, please comment below. I think that how my word's final and Leptika's moving on to the next round. Needless to say, I had a bit of fun with that battle. So, yeah. Okay. So, first things first, I'll explain why the hypnosis that Leptika has didn't work on Solix. And that's because Solix is already hypnotized by Kensa. Hence why the ants form up to make Solix. So the reason why the hypnosis didn't work is because she's already hypnotized. So you can't counter hypnotize someone. It doesn't work like that. And that's why the hypnosis didn't work. As for other aspects, ultimately it just comes down to endurance on Leptika's behalf, where she's able to just take how patient she is to try and take down these ants. And yeah, she got there eventually. Really though, while Solix does have enhanced senses with the antennae and all that, I don't believe she actually has a good enough attack which can beat Leptika. Leptika is a bandit, so with that, the bandits are expected to play a bit dirty when it comes to fighting, and that's exactly what Leptika did. She smashed a rock on them. Come on, that's a bit harsh. But Leptika plays dirty, doing anything she can to disorientate or confuse her opponent before taking them down. Solix only has one good attack, which is the bite in her full form. Any other attack can cause discomfort to doesn't do any damage at all. And with that, I don't see a way in which Solix could win. But hey, it really shown that Leptika is a bit of a dirty fight. So I don't know. Okay, as of the time I'm recording this, Hyrix versus Ursus has released, and by the time this is uploaded, which this will be the 30th of January, that episode has been out for a week. So Hyrix beat Ursus in a way where Hyrix also played very dirty. Well, fought very dirty. That's the kind of trend I'm wanting to do with the series 30 Beasts. Have them fight in a very dirty way to the point where they're almost cheating, but they're following the rules of the Battle of the Beasts. And I think showing Leptika off as a kind of psychopath, let's say, I think works out very well. So, with that, we got one more beast from Series 30 left to fight in this round. We all know what I'm wanting to do when it comes to this beast fighting. and only myself and Lucas know who Selkara, the monster of the depths, is fighting. I hope you're looking forward to that fight, Lucas, because I know I am. And with that, that's all for this time. Unfortunately, we're going to need to wait till nearly the end of the round to do that battle, but I will be looking forward to it. Until then, if you like what you saw, you like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time with Battle of the Beast number 11, which looks to be a very interesting matchup.